You know. Then um then I work on cassette tape volume two, the resurrection of the '90s.
Right. I was listening.
That shit, yeah, that one you heard on SoundCloud, that shit right there.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I made what the fuck? I made one single called "Blowing Up My Town." That shit got 8 million on fucking WorldStar.
I was wondering how the fuck that happened because I'd be looking at that shit and I'm like, look, dude, in my life, I did not ever see an M on SoundCloud before. I had to stop and process that motherfucker and go, that is an M. That is not. Like, and there's more of them one, right? Like, let's just be clear. There is like at least four of your tracks, I think, that broke the M. One of them's at 3 point something, and I was like,
Yeah, Kirking out, the rant, the rant, 410 bitches 1 and 2. Yeah,
but WorldStar, I forgot that WorldStar was a conduit that could get people some shit because let's be real, I'm not really WorldStar content. So,
yeah, WorldStar, yeah,
okay,
yeah, 8 million.
how'd you do that?
Shit. Well, I scraped some money together. Talk to people in WorldStar. How you doing? You know, for WorldStar, you gotta pay this amount of fee. That was $725 for that shit to get on posted on WorldStar. So I say my prayers because this is what I love doing. You turn to him, you get the victory with him. So got money together, and I got it posted on WorldStar, and that shit got 8 million views.
Say a word. Did that?
Blowing up my town.
That is like a crazy amount. I have a serious question. I know you're at 10.8K or something like that followers, which I thought was wild. Like, again, I just didn't. You got to understand, from my perspective, everybody on Spotify, YouTube, this, that, the next thing. And then you're possibly the first guy I've talked to that legitimately has a million on something. Like,
Yeah.
legitimately on something. And it's off of WorldStar and SoundCloud. And I'm sitting there
Yeah.
going, fuck me, eh? Maybe that was maybe I should have hit up WorldStar once upon a time.
Yeah, WorldStar. I've been on WorldStar maybe, let's see, Kirking out, 410 bitches, one. I've been on WorldStar maybe 3 times.
So the question I have is, did WorldStar investment pay off to you?
Um, I'm not gonna front. It was a little buzz for that song, "Blowing Up My Town," and 410, but it didn't give me the buzz that I thought I was gonna get. You know, I'm still working at Walmart.
Right.
You feel me? There wasn't no bitches chasing me down, no fucking owl. It was the motherfuckers want me to sign shit. It was basically like, yeah, yo, that song was hard. Yeah, keep doing what you doing, and that was it.
Yo, we're saying with millions. Cause like,
Yeah,
I
millions.
appreciate that, Mr. O, cause you are giving us something to think about. I know that's what you said beforehand. You're giving the world a lot to think about if they listen to this.
Yeah, yeah. Word. Yeah.
So I suppose in theory, if like you pop the 750 in and then you have a bunch of next things lined up, you could milk that shit into something. But inherently, it's not gonna do anything by itself.
No, it's not gonna do nothing by itself. When it comes to the music game, let me put this together real quick. People can exaggerate their life on social media. You heard me?
Yes.
People can, like I said, people exaggerate their life on social media. They be poor as shit, be known to themselves. I'll be thinking people. I'll be tell you, I'll be thinking people from like Baltimore, the hottest shit, the motherfucker like, and I ask people like, you heard of so and so? Like, who is you? Who is them? You heard me? Like, who is Deetranada? Who is Lil Key? You are who? If the internet can sell you a fantasy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I really, really do. Cause
Fantasy.
cause I'm telling you, Mr. O, what you're saying now
Yeah,
does not stop in Baltimore. It does not stop
yeah,
even in your environment. it translates directly to me and mine's. So like I hear what you're saying and I'm like, spit that shit, my guy. Spit that shit.
Yeah, a fantasy. These people was motherfucking poor. All that. I'm lit. I got the fucking and then like you ain't got nothing on lock. You got your imagination on fucking lock. Fuck out of here.
Shit.
Yeah. I got 58 people on the come on, 58 people on their gram. Get out of here. You selling people wet dreams. Internet. Like I said, internet is the internet is a gift and a curse.
Like it's hella
How long
useful.
they fuck.
Like let's
Yeah,
be real.
it has open doors to people. You know what I'm saying? It's open doors. But I'm telling you something. A man told me this shit. It's never enough money for the internet. It's never enough money. That shit costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you want to play it the other side, it's gonna take years. Years and years and
It
years.
costs money. I spent some bread on the internet. Video reactions, promotion, videos. You know, I put this in simple terms. It costs more for the video to be promoted than created.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. It costs a lot if you're doing that game.
Yeah, putting the mother. Yeah, yeah. It costs more for the video to be promoted than created. You can make a banging ass video be fucking nobody. Real.
It's kind of unfortunate. And these companies that they don't tell us this part, but like my day job has an ad budget. I can't say how big it is, but I promise you my company spends more on Facebook a month than most people I know could afford to spend in a year's budget. But it's the same Facebook and it's the same YouTube and it's the same Twitter that big corporations pay this rate for. So it's like really not favoring artists. Now, that's not to say that there are not times and places where paying for shit makes sense, because there's a lot of times and a lot of places where it makes sense. I'm saying that inherently paying for that kind of stuff doesn't by itself turn into a lot without additional shit happening.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
However,
You're right.
there are ways, and I'm just saying it for the sake of like the other side of it. There are ways to monopolize those situations, but the lessons you're learning, I feel, are like, or that you learned, are lessons I think a lot of people have to learn or choose to learn when it's possibly avoidable. I don't know how many people have actually done the exact same story that you have and just never talk about it, you know?
Yeah. I just peep the game of how these people can exaggerate life on a fucking computer screen. And they fucking nobody. Like you down the street, yo. Stop exaggerating shit that just not you. Come on now. You know, I don't care if you got a fucking blue check. You're at a corner.
That's that's amazing.
You basic as me. What you talking about?